One of the areas where I think we can see most clearly the practical benefits of working with nature, if you like, working with the grain of nature, and how that can benefit actually consumers, business, and then their investors, as well as the natural environment, would be the water cycle and within the water industry. And effectively what we have here is an approach that says, how can we reduce financial capital by using natural capital and using the natural systems, the natural services of catchments that allow supply of clean water, maximising those to then minimise other financial inputs that are needed. And there's been some brilliant examples of that which demonstrate that through sensible use of water pricing mechanisms, bold decisions by companies to invest and working in collaboration with land managers and with other organisations, charities, it's possible to deliver results all round at a lower cost. I think actually what we've seen here over the last 10 years is something that really has been born out of practical experience from some initial trials on the ground. What has been learnt by the water companies and others working with them is that by improving the catchment, the upland supply of the water, where it comes from, you can actually save significantly downstream in terms of treatment that's needed, safer, more reliable supply of clean, potable water to their customers. And that is a virtuous circle that has been just growing exponentially over the last decade. Well, one of the early examples was with United Utilities and up on the Forest of Bowland and their northwest upland catchments, where effectively enabling farmers to restructure their businesses so they're managing in a more environmentally sympathetic way in terms of what it does to the water cycle. It's allowed cleaner water to come off, there's less dissolved carbon, less coloration, less risk of diseases like cryptosporidium, and by doing this they're actually improving the habitat. So it's the natural habitat that is providing those safe cleaning processes that means that water's coming off. And that was discovered as through a series of trials that led then to an increase in projects funded through water pricing, supported by agricultural incentives, and now we've seen over 40 other initiatives on this latest round of water pricing. It's a mix of all of the things, incentive, regulation. Actually, what it really boils down to is leadership. And to my book, that's leadership looking to the long term. The long-term return for investors will be having sustainable water supplies. The long-term return for biodiversity and for farms and landscapes will also be a well-managed uplands that are being enhanced in terms of natural capital. And that needs leadership. It needs government to provide a safe, predictable policy environment, clear regulation to drive incentive innovation, and it needs that far-sightedness of business strategy that increasingly I think we're seeing from a number of business leaders.